Dr. Sahi, thank you for that brilliant address to us. You know, a few weeks ago, I was traveling and I boarded a flight back to Michigan, and planning for the commencement was on my mind. It was all that I could think of. So as I settled into the seat on the airplane, I imagined the captain making the following announcement. Good afternoon, this is your captain, and I want to assure you that the airline has certified me as competent to fly this craft. I don't know what you would do, I'd be the first person out the door. And I suspect that other passengers would be quick to follow me off the plane because we expect our pilots to be more than competent. We hope that each of them would be capable of landing the plane on the Hudson if that were required, but also calming all of us on the way through the crisis. You see, the public expects that of their physicians. They expect it of you, they expect it of all of us. We're expected to exceed competency and to nurture and develop those personal qualities that can calm someone in need of all of us who are physicians. OUWB was designed to help you answer two questions successfully. What do I want to do? And as Dr. Sahi alluded to, who do I want to be? Because to us at OUWB, the answers to both questions are equally important. The what do I want to do was answered by your mastery of the information and technical skills, and you have been recognized for this accomplishment by receiving your diploma and your hood today. You are now doctors of medicine. To answer the second question, who do I want to be, requires training, practice, and commitment. You were invited to come to OUWB because you excelled academically and because you provided evidence to us that you had experiences and attributes that predicted that you would become physicians who are empathetic, compassionate, and engaged. You were immersed in a learning environment that modeled for you behaviors that we believe are important for physicians to demonstrate, and your curriculum embedded elements such as PRISM, self-directed learning, and a re-examination of who I want to be through a sustained immersion in medical humanities and clinical bioethics alongside the sciences. And over the course of 4 years, you re-examined the commitment that you made to the study of medicine when you recited the Declaration of Geneva at your white coat ceremony in August of 2011, the end of your very first week of medical studies here. You as a class modified the Declaration in ways that are insightful and meaningful. In a few moments, you are going to recite the oath of or affirmation that you created. You make this commitment publicly, not silently, and although you will recite this individually, you will recite this as a community, as a class. Among the innovations found in the oath that this class created are these. You are promising to take care of yourselves so that you may care for others. For you, it is not enough to promise to do no harm. You are promising to advocate for your patients' best interests. For you, patients are not defined by their illnesses. They are not problems to be solved. They are individuals who come to you for help, and therefore you are promising to recognize your patients as individuals with spiritual, social, and emotional needs. Your OUWB humanistic education has prepared you for this. You recognize that we all have conscious and even unconscious biases that, if unchecked, could compromise our ability to practice medicine. And how could it be otherwise if we acknowledge that everyone has infinite value? You consider the practice of medicine to be a privilege. You promise to honor the profession of medicine and to conduct yourselves with compassion and dignity. Now, toward the end of this remarkable oath or declaration, you promise to be brave in the face of adversity. How would you accomplish this? And I offer to you two possible solutions. Identifying role models such as Mary Fisher, will help you to realize that others are capable of bravery and you can aspire to be like them. A second approach. When the former dean of the Geisel School of Medicine at Dartmouth, my colleague Chip Shoba, spoke at Honors Convocation here a short time ago. He encouraged all of us to create for ourselves a noble vision of who we might be, and he suggested that by clinging to this vision, we can overcome adversity. Today, I suggest to you, the members of the charter class, that if you keep the promises you are about to make, you will, over a professional lifetime, not only continue to accumulate knowledge and skills as lifelong learners, you will also continue to answer the question, who do I want to be? And I also suggest that you will spend your lives answering the question, who do I want to be? And I recommend to you this afternoon that the answer to both questions of what do I want to do and who do I want to be are foundational to the practice of medicine. Now finally, I call your attention to a line in your oath that appears in the original Declaration of Geneva. It's a statement you recited just about 4 years ago at your white coat ceremony. It says, I will give to my teachers respect and gratitude that is their due. And I wouldn't blame you for thinking that this verse pertains to you giving honor and respect to the faculty, to us, and to the people who will be teaching you in your residency. But this afternoon, I want to suggest to you an alternative reading of that verse. You see, as we all grow in the profession of medicine, we lose our teachers. Some retire, others come to exist only in our memories. Many of my own teachers are no longer available for me to consult when I reach the limitation of my knowledge and skills. So to whom do I turn now for advice and for help? I turn to the very students I taught. Frequently stymied by a case that challenges my ability, I turn to my younger colleagues for help, and very often they are the very people who studied with me, who were my students. And I want to emphasize to you that in a very real sense, I owe them, my students, the respect and gratitude that is their due. Today, you cross an educational threshold, and you are now known as doctors of medicine. You have become our colleagues, and by reformulating the Oath of Geneva into the Oath of the Class of 2015, you have become our teachers. We respect you, and we thank you. I invite you now to rise and to prepare to commit yourselves publicly to the profession of medicine, and I invite all physicians present to rise and to affirm these commitments aside our new colleagues. Please recite each verse after me. I solemnly dedicate my life to the service of humanity. I will care for myself so that I am able to care for others. I will advocate for my patients' best interests and protect them from harm. I will recognize the spiritual, social, and emotional needs of my patients. I will respect patient autonomy. I will protect the doctor-patient relationship by maintaining confidentiality within constraints of the law. I will honor the practice of medicine and conduct myself professionally. My colleagues will be my brothers and sisters. I will acknowledge my limitations and ask for help when I need it. I understand that my clinical decisions and political actions will impact society. I commit to lifelong scholarship and will let evidence guide my practice. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will not allow personal bias to unjustly alter my practice of medicine. I will resist coercion and will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights. I will be brave in the face of adversity. I am privileged to practice medicine, and I will do so with compassion and dignity. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. I invite all the physicians to be seated and the graduating class to remain standing. And I offer you this opportunity to look to the right, to look to the left, and extend appreciation to all of you who accompanied you on this journey through OUWB. And now I invite you to turn to the section that is just behind you, because the OUWB student body will be the first to congratulate you. And I now invite everyone to join in the celebration of congratulating the graduates of the first class of the Oakland University School of Medicine, the class of 2015, the charter class. The new physicians who have just graduated